Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. It's Monsters Park Monday, the Monday after the Super Bowl. We missed Monsters Park Monday last week because I was up way too late on Sunday night after the Patriots won, and I was hungover for like 2.5 days. So there was no Monsters Park Monday last week, but we're going back again with this week. So football season's over. I'm super stoked. The Patriots won their 6th Super Bowl. That was amazing. Our football beard is gone. It's baseball season. Hope springs eternal for everyone. Go Giants. But let's get to Monsters Park Monday. If you're new, if you haven't seen one of these reviews before, we drink Monsters Park on Mondays because I was a Modern Times member for 3 years, and I have a lot of Monsters Park that I'm trying to go through and clean out my cellar. So today we are checking out, this is Double Barrel Monsters Park. This is Monsters Park. It says blended imperial stout aged in bourbon and rum barrels with cocoa nibs, coffee, and vanilla. Some cool adjuncts in this one. I love me some vanilla. I love coffee and I love cocoa nibs. I really like rum barrel aged beers. I realized that a couple years ago. So 14.2% on this guy. Big beer. This has been in my wine fridge, so this is about 55 degrees, which Modern Times always suggest you drink their stouts at. So Modern Times proper glassware. Beer tastes better in proper glassware. Let's check her out. Give ourselves a healthy pour. I could smell that when I opened it. It smelled a little boozy. I think this was from 2017. No, this might have been 2018. Yeah, it smells hot just from right here. So, holy smokes. Quarter finger of like that kind of khaki head dissipating very quickly. You'd expect that with 14.5% almost beer. When we swirl this, there's alcohol legs streaking down the glass. It looks killer in that proper glassware. So, yeah, she smelled like a booze bomb when I opened it up. So shove our nose in it. So that's weird. Like when I opened that, there was like a huge like waft of alcohol. It's not as boozy when you stick your nose in it, which doesn't really make sense to me. There is a ton of vanilla, so much vanilla, and I think a lot of that is coming from the rum barrel, but they also added vanilla to it. There's an awesome like vanilla sweetness. This has a lot of dark fruit. It's like plummy, raisiny, figgy. I mean, it's kind of generic dark fruit. I just always say those dark fruits because that's what I've eaten and that's what it reminds me of. But it's that generic kind of dark fruit thing. That could also come from whatever coffee they're using too, I think. There's a good amount of like that chocolate. It's like that kind of, it reminds me of like the prop beer that we had whenever that was a couple weeks ago. That kind of baker's chocolate, that powdered chocolate. It's not fudgy. It's not like that super desserty thing. And there, I mean, I think that's booze that I'm smelling. It could just be the sweetness from the vanilla and the dark fruits. This doesn't have like a huge stouty like coffee roast to it. But it smells, I mean, it smells great. I mean, it's just, there's so much vanilla, I think, coming from the barrels of, the rum barrels. I don't get a lot of bourbon characteristics in this. This is much more rum barrel forward to me. It smells, I mean, I hate saying tropical when I talk about stouts, but it's got like that tropical thing like you get sort of from like Malibu rum. It smells awesome. Let's taste it. Cheers. Ooh, so there's so much more chocolate on the flavor of that than there was on the aroma. This is crazy chocolatey. I love that. Wow, that's freaking delicious. I'm still trying to figure out like with blended, when you blend barrels, like how you pinpoint like what you're tasting from each of them. But yeah, so this is super chocolate right on the front of your tongue. As it goes across, you get that intense dark fruit. It's very, like I said, that generic kind of dark fruit sweetness, figgy, plummy, raisiny kind of a thing. And as it goes across, you do. It's this big. It's not like a diabetes sweetness. We always say hashtag beat us. It doesn't have like that crazy, intense, cloying sweetness, but there's a smack of vanilla and whatever you're getting from the rum barrels, what I'm guessing. And that sweetness is on the very finish of that. And there's a little bit of like spirit heat, but I wouldn't be able to say if it was bourbon or rum. I will say this has coffee in it. I don't get any kind of coffee notes. I don't get any coffee roast. This doesn't have like that. Like I said, when we were smelling it, it doesn't have like that typical like roasty stout thing. This is a very desserty, chocolatey imperial stout with a fuck ton of vanilla and rum. Mouthfeel's on the thinner side of this one. I think that's why I like modem tones. Excuse me, modem tones a little more than Monsters Park. I think that base beer is just, it's much more chewy. I like that. When you get like those chocolatey beers, it goes into that awesome brownie batter. There's a cool kind of, it's almost like a marshmallowy thing. But yeah, this is a big chocolatey, dark fruity imperial stout with vanilla and a little bit of like, there's just a slight bit of like barrel characteristics on the end of this. You don't get a whole lot, like a couple of the beers, I think they were Monsters Park, they were very like charred oak, very intensely barrel forward. You don't get it in this one. This is, if you like chocolate and vanilla and dark fruits, this is your jam. So I enjoy this. This is really, really good. I kind of wish the mouthfeel was a little bit chewier. I wish I got more of the bourbon in this. I like when bourbon offers like that kind of creme brulee kind of a thing, but this is fire. If you like rum barrel aged beers, I mean with this bottle, this is the only one I have this, so I don't have another one to compare it to, but this is a really good example of what you get from rum barrels and when you add vanilla to that. So another solid stout, another amazing Monsters Park. Like I said, like these beers, they're out there, so if you want to trade for them, definitely do it. So that is the blended imperial stout, double barrel bourbon and rum barrel Monsters Park with cocoa nibs, coffee, and vanilla. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging out for another Monsters Park Monday. I will see you guys next Monday. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.